Hey guys! Yeah?
Hello?
Microphone? Yeah, microphone. Everybody can hear us? Is that a success? Love it.
Or can no one hear us?
Or can no one? Who can hear us? Who can't? Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend and no butts were blown off, right? Everybody's got their butts.
I had a long weekend.
Did you?
I'm kind of foggy from my weekend.
Did you do anything fun?
Well, yeah, I did. I consider it fun. You would probably thrown up. I'll tell you what.
Did you eat like a whole fish?
I had a farm for years and years, and I fooled with cattle and did all sorts of things, but I'd never had anything to do with AI, artificial insemination.
Uh-huh.
And my sister-in-law and
the other AI
in Arkansas have a big farm and a bunch of really nice cattle, and he AIs stuff. He even takes embryos and flushes eggs out and does all sorts of stuff. But anyway,
he does some science, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's scientific about it. Yeah, it's when you watch it, it's not real scientific. But anyway, I helped him inseminate about 20 cows this weekend.
Oh, wow.
It was cool, you know. The biggest part of it, this is the really neat part. You would love this. The biggest part is he puts a big plastic sleeve on.
Uh-huh. All the way in.
Hand up his butt and drag the manure out.
Yeah.
In fact, he said when his daughter was little and they asked her what he did in school, she said he cleans poop out of cows.
Pooper scooper.
But anyway, that's what I did.
Fun.
It was neat. I enjoyed it. It was very educational.
Yeah.
You know.
You learned some things.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure a few of our viewers also
Yeah.
are familiar with the procedure that you just talked about. I got on a river and I did some floating. So
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, we went down. We met Emma, who used to work here, and we went and met her and her partner at a cabin on the side of the Bryant Creek, which
Bryant
is
Creek,
south of Ava.
Yeah, down towards. I used to go fishing down there. That's over by where Rockbridge is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Bryant Creek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we went north and then floated down, but they can do from the house to Rock Creek Bridge or whatever. Rock Bridge. Yeah. But yeah, it was a nice day. We saw a bald eagle.
Nice.
Hanging out on the shore doing some
And
stuff.
it didn't rain on you?
It tried to sprinkle just for like a second, but that was it. There was a big cloud that came in, and we thought that we were going to get something. We were a little bit for like a second. I was like, Chris is definitely going to sink now. Those kayaks are not made for Chris-sized people. And he sank two of them.
He sank
Slowly. He sank two slowly because they just kept taking on water. I don't know, the ones you kind of sit on top of instead of in, because he can't really get into one because he's too big. Anyways, but we had a good time. That was a lot of fun.
That's great.
So we are going to finish up these gosh dang it, what's the word? Upcycling. We're finishing up our upcycling.
We're going to recycle
of our wedge shoes. So just for a recap for people that haven't been here for the last few weeks, because it's been kind of like one show at a time, I think, for the last few weeks, because we had trading cards on a Friday, and then we were gone last Friday, and now we're here. So 3 weeks of upcycling. We started not with this specific one, but with a similar style of wedge shoe. This is just a faux leather cheapo wedge. You remove all of the stuff. Denny pulled it all off. That was one whole show, is Denny just removing stuff from a wedge.
It was a real sweaty show.
It was, yeah. He was done after it was done. He was like, it's been 45 minutes and I'm over this. So you remove everything and then you're left with just the sole, which, here's the deal on shoe soles. It's really hard to buy. Like, we've looked into buying some, but the quantities that you have to buy on soles and all sorts of different things, it's just a lot. So if you go out and you find like a $15 or $20 pair of shoes that you're like, I like this construction style, you know, if you're at Goodwill or whatever, and they've got a $5 pair of shoes, you're like, oh, I love those, and they fit me. Like, the fit is right, but I could do something better. Buy them, tear them apart.
Yeah.
And then do it yourself. Because just like buying soles already done is not easy. They're like they're just not sold.
Yeah.
In a lot of different styles. So the best way is to find a style that you like and then just tear it apart and remake it. So we did all that. We recovered the whole thing. So now it has a leather outer on it. It has a Bontex in sole in here that hides all the holes that were there. And then we made a leather covered foam insole.
Yeah.
For the shoe, and then we made a solid leather. This was like a 8 to 9 ounce.
Yeah, outsole. Yeah.
Outsole that just kind of sits right inside the thing, and then we're gonna put some rubber there today, and then which look, Denny already has one done. Look at him go. And then we're gonna talk today about designing and building the uppers.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, but it's involved in that you've got to get the height right, and especially if you're doing a buckle, a strap around the heel, you want to get it about right. You don't want to get it too high or too low.
Do you think that you could have a person? I wore my cute socks today. Do you think that you could have a person put their foot on the shoe and then tape it, and then cut the tape, and then create your
sure.
pattern?
I'm sure
from
you
that.
Could. I'm sure you could. Yeah.
Okay.
Put your foot in a baggie.
Yeah.
And tape it.
And tape it up
over it. Yeah, that would give you a size. But this works too. Just do it something like this. Yeah, this is about how it would go.
So did you just take a piece of Bontex, or how did you?
Yeah, I used a piece of brown wrapping paper.
Okay.
Is what I used to, because I'll make one and then I'll redesign it and make another one, and keep doing that till I get it about how I want it. And this is about right. As far as the heel strap goes, the first pair I made, the heel, this pair here, the heel was way too high.
Let this go on.
Or the heel strap was way too high.
Yeah.
And that's one reason my wife didn't ever wear them. She wore them once.
Gotcha.
But it bothered her, and
I do you can make. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tack this down with upholstery tacks. So you can play with the shape here as well, depending on what the tooling pattern or how you want the overall look of the
if you will
the sandal to be.
At this pair, let me see if I can get it.
Oh, hi.
The distance. Yeah. The distance from here to the top of the sole is a lot different than from here to the top of the sole, because I didn't know to take all this stuff into account when I made that first pair. This pair is a little more refined, and hopefully this distance from here to here will continue back here from here to here, about the same.
Yeah.
That's the way I wanted them to be. But, as far as designing the shape of it, you want them, this pair is going to lace together just like a pair of tennis shoes. It won't have a tongue in it.
Right. Yeah, just going to be open.
Yeah.
Open on the top.
Yeah. But, so you want it to kind of conform to the foot. If you've got a foot model, that's the easiest way to do it.
Whoever's going to wear the shoes.
Yeah.
And then just getting this high enough up to where it sits kind of in that ridge,
in
that hill.
Saddle.
Yeah, in the saddle.
The right saddle.
The heel saddle.
Yeah. If you get it too high, it's going to rub your ankle. If you get it too low, it's going to always want to slip off. Hopefully these will be just perfect. They probably won't be. Nothing's perfect,
Yeah. So
I think they'll be pretty good, though.
I think they already look fantastic like that. All right.
All right. So I've already the next thing I did after I got, of course these are all tooled and everything, and I kind of shaped them a little bit when they were damp. You don't have to do that, but I did. But then I cut myself a piece of thin rubber, and there again, where you get that stuff I don't know, I had some old shoe sole, or some old pieces of new shoe sole material,
Yeah.
and I just cut those up.
We used to have, like, I mean, we carry this Bontex, which is technically shoe soling, but it is pretty thick. So, you know, if you bought some of what we call the Poundo, did I say Bontex?
Yeah, pound. You said Bontex.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Poundo. So this is the Poundo that we sell just to, like, as a setting surface or a cutting surface in 12 by 12. So this is something you could use, but
It would
is
definitely work.
Yeah, it'll work. It's just not going to sit as low as that. It's going to be a little bit higher, but maybe that's fine.
Actually, it would add a little bit of height to it, plus it would add a little cushion to it.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little spring in your step.
You're springy just saying that.
Yeah.
So this will work. It is made to be shoe soling, just so you guys know. If you buy it, that's what it's for.
But anyway, I just, made a pattern that I thought looked pretty good for the bottom of these shoes. One for the toe part and one for the heel part.
And then you just do little tacks.
I got some little brass shoe tacks. You can get shoe tacks probably. We used to sell them. I don't know if we do any.
We might still have them around here somewhere. We got too many things for me to remember all the little things.
Yeah. But anyway.
Do we sell any flubber? I wish.
Anyway, I'm going to take this scratcher, or rougher, as everybody calls it around here, and kind of scratch this part a little bit. And then spread some cement on it.
The rock lobster's here.
And I'm just roughing this up so the cement will stick a little better. In reality, these aren't work shoes. If you wore these to work every day and scuffed around on them, you would have to redo the soles about every 3 weeks, probably.
Every 3 weeks.
Or more. Because it's a thin piece of rubber. And
These are your going out shoes.
Yeah.
When it's dry outside.
Okay. I'm going to spread a little cement on. Have we got a piece of paper?
Yes, sir.
I can cement the rubber on. Yeah. Right there. Cement the rubber first.
You didn't bring in the top fit for this?
No, because the leather's dry, so I'm just going to use this.
I guess that rubber is a little porous.
Yeah, the back side of this leather is rough, and it has something to grip to. And I probably will put 2 coats of cement on this. I'm sorry, I was using my inside voice. I was supposed to use my outside voice.
There it is. Pretend like you're with the cattle again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely outside voice stuff.
All right, guys, I need to make a note to the editor, or a note from the editor about a mistake. So I was talking about these books the last time we were doing this show, and I got names mixed up in my head about who coordinated / wrote things, and so I need to make a note because I feel really bad that I got it all wrong. Jürgen Volbach is an amazing leather crafter, but he has nothing to do with any of this, and I don't know why his name was in my head, because he's a really amazing leather crafter, but not this. This is Markita Volkin and her husband Serge, or maybe Sergey. I'm not 100% sure on the correct pronunciation, and I do apologize that, aka Bigfoot, who is a regular contributor to the Leather Crafters and Saddlers Journal from Switzerland, who founded a museum, or an archaeological shoe museum in Switzerland with his wife, and then she wrote these books covering the blade. This one right here. Archaeological leather sheaths and scabbards. So if you're into knife sheaths or swords of all sorts of things. And I also do just want to make a note. I was reading the introduction to this book, and my good friend Peter Johnson, who makes swords in Sweden, is one of the contributors to this book, which I thought was really cool. It's just a really small world. Who knew? And then also this book about archaeological footwear, development of shoe patterns and styles from prehistory until the 1600s. So Markita Volkan is the amazing author of these books. And I am corrected in my names, and I apologize for the incorrectness.
You feel better now, Liz?
I do. I felt really, like, I was like, this is, like, I'm off, like, that's not good. Anyways, these are cool books, and she deserves all the credit, so. All right, how's your gluing going?
It's going good. I'm getting ready to put a second coat on this. I just put the second coat on that. And I think it's good enough to do.
You know, if this is the first time redoing or upcycling a pair of shoes, maybe what I would suggest is if you have some not so great leather sitting around on your workbench that you're, you know, like you just had for forever and whatever, you got some spare leather, maybe make a couple of sample patterns and see how you like it. Do a couple different, you know, kind of get the overall shape, tape your foot up, whatever you need to do to kind of get a start on things. But then especially with where the buckle and the adjustment shapes come off, getting those located correctly on the heel, probably of the person that's going to wear the shoe. And then maybe just make some sample ones of these and refine them until you get...
You should always do that. With every new pattern that you develop, you should make a mock-up of it.
And just like with Mark and his jacket, you know, like his jacket, he has one size of his jacket. Like, these are going to fit this one size of shoe. So every size of shoe is going to be different. If you do this for other people, everybody's foot is different. Their heel height is probably going to vary, or, you know, how big or small their foot is. And depending on the size that you're starting with of the overall length of the foot is going to determine this. So I think like every pair, like you could probably have a little bit of a standard that you have, just like your ballpark saddle patterns.
You do. These are kind of one size fits quite a few.
Yeah.
You know, but nothing's going to fit everything.
Right.
There's always going to be that big one or the little one that it's not going to work on.
Yeah. So kind of finagle those with some leather that you don't care about until you're...
Or you could even use fabric. If you've got a piece of like canvas or something, that you could use that.
So we've got covering the blade. If you Google this, they'll come up for you. And then this one.
Oh yeah, this one is similar to that pair that
Ty was making.
Ty made a while back.
Yeah, there's all, they just like, it's really cool. They just have like charts and charts and charts throughout history of the different styles, and then they also give you patterns, which I think is really neat. Yeah. So, and they've got a really nice texture to the book. It feels good. You just touch it.
Oh yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
It's a good.
I hope the camera picked it up.
Okay.
They made a good feeling book.
Let's put these on. I gotta scoot over a little.
Come on in.
Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of pad this because I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that as close to where I've got it marked as possible. Then I'm gonna take my little hammer, kind of seat that down good. Then,
Bye, William.
William leaving us?
He is. He put some things on hold, but duty calls. I don't know about the good drape, Smalls. I haven't used it enough yet for it to have a good drape.
Okay. Now then, to put these nails in, if you'll notice where
here.
am I?
Oh, you're good.
I've got nails all the way around, and they're pretty evenly spaced, but I'm gonna show you how I space stuff like that
Probably with his eyeballs.
with my eye. And I don't have very many of these nails left, so I've gotta be pretty careful.
Should we count?
Yeah. I'm gonna go there, that's about the center of the back. I'm about 1/8 of an inch in. I've got a handy little nail set here that I'm gonna use. And each one of these I'm gonna set because I don't want them to be right out at the surface.
Yeah,
I
and
want them
catch
to
something.
be- Okay, now I'm gonna go to the front. Estimate the center at the front.
Can you just get that nail set at a hardware store?
Yes, that's just a normal nail set, a carpenter's nail set is all this is. Okay, now I'm gonna go to about the center. Gonna eyeball the center over here.
Denny does it quadrant style.
Yeah,
Like tuning the drum set.
but if you notice I poke a little hole where I can start that nail. Now I'm gonna go to the center on the other side. Pretty close. Now, let's go halfway in between each nail. Now, I'm sure there's mathematical ways that you can plot this out, but boy, this is sure the easy way for me.
I just realized that I have not seen my British shoe person in a while on the TikTok. And I need to go look him up.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, he has not popped up for me. And I just realized that I'm missing out on some crafty time. Isaac, did you get a video of him sewing the heel up?
Yeah. Which is not Tuesday, but we have it.
It what?
I said I haven't put it in yet. But we
Okay.
have it. I could maybe get it on my phone real quick if you want to show.
No, that's okay. Isaac did a video of this back seam here on the shoe of Denny sewing up one of them. So at some point when he gets around to getting that video edited, and it'll be a. Can you put it on YouTube Shorts?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it on the YouTube Shorts that way.
Okay.
Maybe you could
now-
even link it to the video of like
Yeah.
watching the back seam sew up.
Yep.
Cool, love it. Look at us plan things on the fly. Whoop.
Now I'm gonna do one on each corner. I'm not gonna use that nail. Some of these are a little different than others, but they're all brass nails. Plus, you're gonna be walking on them. Who's gonna see that?
Yep, exactly. think I was mostly taught not to put my feet in other people's faces.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Not completely. but
Well, I mean,
mostly.
it depended on if it was a brother or not, you know. They have different standards.
Brothers need a little bit of face foot.
I tell you, when you're the youngest of 5, but your next 2 older siblings are boys, you just, that's the life that you live. The girls were pretty much doing their own thing by the time I came along. You know, they're in high school, they got other things to do. But I had to deal with my brothers.
So you were the youngest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see here. I've got a few nails left. I think.
So you got 4 more down there.
Yeah, let me go in between these and see what we've got.
I think you might be right on the money with
Maybe.
your nail situation. You might have to use your ugly one. Or your, I don't know,
I've got a few
non-conforming.
more of those if I need them.
But Andy does MMA. Did you see that coming? But alright. Or is that just for the pure sake of making the joke?
But Andy, are you could you whip all of our butts? Is that what you're trying to tell us right now? Slyly.
I was gonna say, wouldn't have guessed that. But
You're getting wily there with your
Yeah, I was.
whacking.
I'm kind of a wily whacker. Sometimes.
yeah, but
Oh, goodness.
Did you notice it? I mean, the deal edges go halfway in between each one, and it pretty much spaces them out all right.
Yeah. Nobody's ever going to know if they're a millimeter or 2 off because they'll be under your foot. And you know what? If you're more anal than we are, then you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Get your ruler out, your center finder.
Slide rule.
You find the center of all these spots.
something tells me if you're the kind of person that would care about it, you're the kind of person that would have your foot in someone's face, so that works out.
Yeah, if your plan is to put your foot in somebody else's face, you space accordingly. That's your set. This is the set. You do want
You want the buckle on the outside.
You want the buckle on the outside, otherwise your tabs will be flirting with each other as you try to walk.
Yeah, you scrape them together. Well, that's a good point, though.
Yeah, you want, buckle goes on the outside, that way your adjustment goes towards the outside. You don't want it towards the inside. That'd just be weird. Plus it would be, I mean, I guess it feels like it might be awkward to buckle them up on the inside, but maybe that's just my brain telling me that it's wrong.
All that stuff after you've done it a few times is not bad, but you could learn to buckle them on the inside. You'd be wrong, but you could do it.
But you could do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have enough nails.
Man, I gotta do this one of these days with my hydro dipped leather.
That'd
With
be
my
cool.
water marbled leather.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty fun. I could do some inlays. Because that's how I roll.
Matching shoes and knife. That's a power move right there.
I gotta get a knife to make a sheath that I want to wear all the time.
That's just like.
Or that, like, would be appropriate to wear with a wedge.
That's what I think. You're like, nice shoes. Thanks. They match this. Oh God.
Oh, goodness.
What did it do on the bottom there? I didn't put one in there. Shoot, I had plenty of nails.
Shoot darn!
I don't know what I was worried about.
All right, so now we have 2 matching soles. Look at us go. And by us, I mean Denny, like always.
Okay. Not always.
Most of the time.
Blue stuff sometimes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to punch the lace holes, and I've already taken the liberty of spacing those out. I've got 5 lace holes in each.
About an inch.
Yeah, about an inch. And I'm going to use, this is just a piece of lace that I cut out of a piece of upholstery leather, or chap leather, whatever it was. What would you call that?
I think it could be upholstery or chap. It's just a pebble. Just a brown pebble. About, what did you do it? Like 3/8 or a quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Seems.
Yeah, about a quarter, a little wider.
If only I knew a guy with some lizard metal. I know. I do know a guy with some lizard metal. One day he'll make me something, Nick. One day.
Lizard metal, what is that?
When Chris did his class last year, they did images. So like 3D printed a box, and then you pour powdered steel into the box. And then you put a whole bunch of other steel around the outside of your can with the image. Anyways, and then you smash it all down. And then where the 3D printed box was, that melts away in your forge. And then you're just left with like a lizard. So Chris took my logo,
Wow.
3D printed the logo into a hollow thing, poured it full of steel, and then made lizard steel.
How nice.
It's pretty cool. I told him I need a ring and some earrings and a pendant and a knife.
Not asking for much.
No, just a little bit.
Okay,
All right.
I've done that. Now, I don't know if you can see or not, but I also spaced out holes along the bottom.
Did you do those
I've
about
got-
3/4 of an inch?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 holes on the bottom.
Okay.
But there again, that's up to you. You don't want to get them too close together. It'll be just a row of tacks. You won't. There won't be a space in between them. But if you get them too far apart, they aren't going to hold very well.
Okay.
So, let's see here. I can't use this one on this side, so I will use this one. But I'm going to do the outside first. Okay, there I've got a mark. This is about where the front of this is going to be, and I've got a corresponding mark on the other side, so. And this is the outside of it. So I'm going to go right there. I better get some tacks out.
You'd better.
And these are just common old upholstery tacks. If you can get some that were ring shanked, that'd be good, but we didn't have any, so these will work. But a ring shank nail will probably hold a little better.
Gotta do it like you mean it. Nope, not like that.
Not like that. I think I will put a different one in since I bent that.
I think this is the worst part of the whole thing.
Getting started. Okay, now I'm going to go up here. I've got a corresponding mark there. I'm going to go by and try and make them about the same from end to end. Now I want to be careful and not over punch these starter holes because there won't be anything for it to grab.
Yeah, because it's just going into a hollow base.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to...
Like there's the piece of
hollow plastic.
plastic. Yeah, I was thinking rubber, but I was like, it's not rubber. What is it, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick?
Yeah, probably. Some parts of it, you know, there are like there's cross pieces in there to sturdy it up.
Yeah, you got some I-beams. You got some I-beams running through.
I-beams. Yeah, that's what they are.
Hey, Michael. Well, it's a weird distance you got there, Denny.
And you could cement these to it, but I don't think that's necessary, really.
I did notice that you roughed up that bottom edge, so you
Well,
could have.
no, what I did was I skived it. See, this is 2 pieces of leather, and I skived this so it's just a single piece where it's going right there.
Gotcha.
So it's not just a big, thick
A little bit thinner. Nice.
Okay, got one side down. Probably shouldn't do that one. I mean, that's just a guess, but I don't think I should.
How's it going in here?
We're putting shoes together.
Yeah.
You got one side on in 37 minutes.
We put the bottoms on.
Oh. I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, we had some glue time we had to
Oh.
account for there. And since this dips in, I think I'm going to go right in the middle with one of these, but I want to make sure I'm about in the right position. I don't like that. I'm going to have to redo it, but I'm going to set these others first. See how I came out below there?
Yeah, he bent a little bit. You got your, oh. A little tack remover.
Yeah,
That's handy.
very handy. And you can use those for whatever you want.
Oh, thank you. I'll probably use them for the trash.
That'd be a good spot.
There we go.
Yeah. When I was a kid, when I was doing stuff, I'd go to Tandy's and get kits and buy material, whatever I thought I needed.
Of course.
And they had a kit that were clogs, actually with a wooden sole,
Yeah.
and they really held good. My sister still has a pair that I made her years and years ago. Of course, she doesn't wear them, but
But she has them.
yeah, and they were put together just like this.
Is that a... Do we have a tack remover? Michael, I'll have to look it up.
I don't know if we do or not.
I think we used to. We might still have a few out front. It's probably something you could buy on Amazon too. Not that I'm advocating for Amazon purchasing, I'm just saying.
Just saying. All right.
There's one. I'll lace her up. I'm gonna see what we got here, even though they're not for me.
Even though they're not for you. You might talk her out of them if they fit. Especially if you didn't give them to her. Handy tack remover again. How's it going?
It's going good. I have a little bit of suede, a little bit of solid.
Yeah. I remember last time I just agonized over how I was going to get it to be the
Solid on both sides?
solid on both sides, and I quit agonizing because you can't.
No. That's why they do like nylon laces, so it's the same. And if you out there are shoelace experts, don't judge me. I don't know if there's right and wrong ways to do lace things, but this seems like the best because then it ties on top. Look at that cute shoe.
That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Will they fit you?
I think so. Maybe not now that I got them all laced up nice and tight. We'll see.
That's a good point. Do you unlace them or just unbuckle the back?
I just unbuckle the back. You might. I mean, yeah, probably the laces will keep everything. My foot might be a little bit bigger. Let's see. I might need to loosen the laces. I would say the laces would stay wherever you get them.
Yeah, you probably won't have to
And
lace
then
them
and
up
then you
every
buckle and
time.
unbuckle the back. Kendall's gonna be like, my shoe's pre-worn.
Right.
This is the tiniest buckle.
I know. Actually, we have a 3/8 buckle. Aren't you glad I didn't use it?
Could have been.
That strap's a little bit snug, isn't it?
Ugh. Nope, it's great. Yes. It's a good. It fits.
Looks good.
It does look good. I can walk.
Kind of peg-legged.
Or yeah, use this one. Okay, don't move.
Okay, don't move. Check.
Full. You can't, there you go.
Looks pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
They fit you about right, too.
Turns out Kendall and I are about the same size.
Lengthwise, yeah.
I do think maybe having this strap come up a little bit higher.
A little higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be a little because it's like right on the fat part of my ankle. Or my,
You probably
my heel.
shape it a little bit higher.
yeah. Yeah, I think if just this part, but I think it's pretty good. Alrighty, I'm going back now.
I'm going back now. You've got to lace the other one because you know how you do it.
Gotta do both of them are the same. Hey G. Well. Kendall's watching us.
Oh, is she?
She is. I'm playing in your shoes, girl.
Kendall, if you want to, you can come in and put them on.
Didn't even scuff it up. All right, well that is upcycling. I got it right for the first time in the 3-part series. Upcycling a wedge shoe. This is. You know, women do a lot of things. They may hate themselves by the end of the day, but we endure. It's just called being a woman, y'all. That's what we do.
Wear stuff that hurts your feet and stuff like that.
Yeah. We endure all types of traumas in silence. Yes. Ideally, this would come up above the heel in like that little notch where the ankle is. That little notch. June. Not June Cagle. Was it June Cagle? Jamie Grider. Jamie Grider was our June winner. There was a lot of really awesome. Yep. Alrighty, folks. We will get some pictures of these once we're done lacing them up. And maybe Kendall will even model them for us since they're her shoes. We'll see. Whose Discord is that? Oh. Did Jamie post on Discord or did you find her stuff somewhere else, Isaac?
I believe that was Discord.
I don't know what her Discord name is. I can't help you there. I have to look it up. G, just like put a message to at everyone and say, hey, who's Jamie? I think they were on Discord, but I don't remember their names. Alrighty. There they are. 2 shoes. Doo-doo-doo. It's perfect.
Not bad.
Not too shabby there, Denny. Go upcycle your own. Woo woo.
Yep, give it a whirl.
Post about it. Show us what you do. Alrighty, folks. Friday, I think we are edge finishing. We're either edge finishing or hand sewing on Friday. I don't remember which one. Those are our next 2 videos.
Okay. I don't remember either.
I don't remember anything anymore. It's all gone. There's nothing in there. So, that's what I got. Bye.
See you guys.